Hello everyone, I'm Joe Ackourey, and welcome to the Fly of the Week. For this episode, episode 57, I'll be tying a sucker spawn fly pattern. You see, suckers start spawning, the white sucker starts spawning around the last week of February, all of March and April, and maybe a little bit into May, and can offer some pretty exciting fly fishing with this pattern. When the suckers get on their spawning beds, typically the trout will be downstream from these beds, and when the suckers release their eggs, trout are gobbling them up like crazy. So yeah, add this fly to your arsenal for sure. So without further ado, let's get started. All right, guys, here we go. The sucker spawn egg pattern. Place your hook in the vise, and you want to start by wrapping your thread back to about where the barb is. Right there, perfect. Clip off your excess thread. Now, I tie this sucker spawn in a couple different colors, but I prefer to use glow bug yarn in Oregon cheese color. Seems to work the best, at least for me. So, obviously I'm not going to take this whole piece, but I'm going to very carefully pull off just a little bit of this glow bug yarn, separate that from the main bunch, and then kind of reorganize it. It's been my experience that the least amount of material you use for this fly, the better. So, that being said, I'm going to attach this tiny bit, as you can see, to the hook, starting from the back and securing it and wrapping the excess all the way up, and then returning my thread right up against the bunch of glow bug yarn. So this is a pretty easy fly to tie, and all I'm going to do is make little loops. I'm going to use my scissor, fold the material over the scissor. I like to use about an 1/8 inch loop there. Grasp the loop, secure it with 4 or 5 good wraps, and just pick up the bunch of glow bug yarn, wrap in front of it, put my scissors back in front of that bunch, fold it over the scissors, make the loop around the same size, and secure that again. And all you're doing is going up the shank of the hook, or repeatedly until you get close to the eye of the hook. Again, scissors in front of the bunch, make a loop about an 1/8 inch high, hold on to that, secure it with 4 or 5 good wraps, bring your scissors in front of the bunch, make a loop with your scissors, fold it over the scissors, secure it, and then I'm pretty much done with that now. So I'm going to just clip off the glow bug yarn a little bit high, making a little tassel. I'm going to pull it back, wrap a couple wraps in front, and then tie my finishing knot. But I'm not quite done yet. What I like to do is then take my dubbing needle and kind of open up these loops, which helps it look very translucent when it's in the water. And that's the key, in my opinion. Opening up these loops of glow bug yarn carefully. And it creates a really cool effect, and also makes it look so translucent when it's in the water. It looks almost real. And that's the effect I'm looking for. So I'm going to continue to open up these loops. Just poke at them with their needle and pull on them a little bit so that they open up. And there you have it. That's pretty much it, guys. It's a very simple fly to tie, and yet very effective in the sucker spawning season, which is going to commence very soon. Put a little bit of head cement there. I like to use this fly from the early part of March all the way to the end of April. It works really well if you get lucky enough to catch the spawning suckers. These flies definitely work. I've seen it tied with, I've tied it weighted. This is the unweighted version, obviously. I've seen beads put on them, gold beads, black beads, different color beads. Yeah, but pretty much I like to tie this from sizes 12s to 16s or 18s. And I highly recommend adding this to your arsenal this time of year, like from the end of February, all of March, all of April. Works really good. All you got to do is cast it upstream and let it drift down just like a nymph, like you're drifting nymphs, dead drifting them, and hang on. Yeah, good pattern to have, guys. I tie it in, this is Oregon Cheese glow bug yarn. I also tie it in Peachy King. So, yeah, they produce, let me tell you. So, I appreciate you guys watching my Fly of the Week channel. Very much appreciate all the support you've given me, and I'm looking forward to seeing you in the next episode of the Fly of the Week. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Tight lines, guys.